I will not take. So I would like, I think everybody has got the minutes we have read. I want someone to propose and confirm the minutes. Keith was not there last time.
President, now last meeting I was not there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I sent a text and also I informed Mr. Mahalingam regarding that. But if that considered
no, got it.
Yeah, but is that considered as absent or excused?
No, informed, not absent, not absent.
But in the minutes it says absent.
Yeah,
I will change. That has to be changed, Gopalan.
Yeah.
Because Mahendra had informed, so that has to be changed. Only person who is absent, I think it is Deepan.
Yeah.
Kuladeep.
Yeah.
Because normally everybody informs. Even if they are not there, even they inform. So that has been the practice, good practice here anyway. Only Kuladeepan he never informs. And I don't know whether he is not faculty. So we can okay. Apart from that, can we propose the minutes? I think everybody else was there last time. Dhammika was there.
I will propose.
Thank you, Daka. And confirm. Somebody has to confirm.
Okay, I will second to sit here.
Thank you. Second. Thank you, Tusit. So we can move. I will just take some of the before coming to the committee's matters. One is the Norwegian embassy letter. I think it has Kirti had said it to the EE, but then I had a discussion with Kirti because sending it to the EC, by any chance, if it gets to the donor, it will not reflect good on us. So Kirti suggested at an EC meeting for me to mention it. At a meeting for me to mention it lightly without sending anyone. Because so that's that. And and the Goa land issue is Goa land. I went to several brokers and we have told them. Can you talk about the Goa land?
Okay,
Ajit?
I'm taking call at the meeting again.
Regarding the Goa land, I suggested at the risk meeting that matter, I believe it can be better handled by our two directors from that area, Dhammika and Ruan, because now there is a cottage unauthorized structure. I have put a police entry and I had given all the entry numbers, everything to Ruan. I think it is good that they take it, because in the police it was recorded that they would demolish it, without fail, but still they maintain it. I think Ruan, being a person from that area, maybe he must have contacts also with these police people, law enforcing authorities, to take it up formally. But if there is any inquiry or anything, definitely I also can go there, no problem.
And the next one, reports, financial reports, EC member that was dispatched today. So next is committee. The committee is were not there, but you and you have gone to the meeting. Speaking matters arising from the meeting.
You're not clear, sir.
She has muted, that's why that you have to unmute your laptop or desktop or whatever.
No. Now it's the committee recommendations. First is the risk and sustainability. time Keith was not there and Amika represented you, and you would have read the minutes. Taking matters arising from the minutes, can you come up with your recommendations that you had at the risk assessment?
Yeah, okay. You want me to go ahead with the presentation, eh?
Yeah, presentation, yes. And also take up certain, the Norwegian matter is here, you'll have to take it up there. And the valuation.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see.
Okay. So we had two meetings. One more on the 17th and the other one was yesterday. Then with regard to the accounts, I think, some of the old slides also there, I will not try to explain, but, related to that, the rest I will explain. So this CEO situation, this was the last slide we had, but the present situation has changed a little. Now they wanted more space on the names, and now it is done. Of course, I told at the last meeting with Ajit also, took too long to rectify something, almost about 3 months. Now in a situation where we are not making even the break-even point, we should have more concern on this one and see that, some money is made out of this project. So now they are doing this. I think probably next week, so this will be solved. After that, you can move ahead with that. Then the Norwegian Chamber letter, these are old slide. Then chairman has to inform the board approval committee, study the matter in detail, retain a lawyer. Actually, the current situation where we had a special meeting on this matter yesterday, there was another lawyer called Jairwan, was introduced by the lawyer Erandi, who's working for Dhammika. And of course, what we discussed with this person also already, he was given all the papers and he has studied. He also had the initial, the worry that, since the FCCISL already committed to some extent, that was one issue that he also faced, everyone mentioned about this one. Of course, they will come up with the draft on Monday or Tuesday for us to send to the embassy and decide on both, and advise the president to send that under her signature, since the letter of demand was addressed to her. Then
excuse Kirti, your slide is not moving. Your presentation on first screen still.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, now okay.
I will go like this then, no?
Yeah.
Can you see this screen?
Yeah. Now it went off.
Went off in the sense?
It's just
blank.
black patch.
Wait. Now?
No.
Still same, no? Wait.
Yes.
I'll stop sharing. Share.
Yeah, okay now.
See now?
Yeah, now can.
No, this is the old one. No, this is correct. Okay. So we were here in this Norwegian chamber thing. So here, the points that we discussed yesterday was this Mr. Jairuan, the new lawyer, he also said concern, like as I mentioned before, he of course studied the papers and he said, he will come up with a draft for us to send to the embassy. The slides are moving now.
Well, you're on that accounts 2021, that one, the 2 points they have mentioned, you're on that screen.
Then I think something going wrong there. Let me go like this.
Yeah, now is in the correct slide, I think.
No, I think so. I just explained this. I explained, the CEO presented this. I mentioned, that something has to happen very fast from the FCCISL end. Let Ajit comment during his presentation. Then the Norwegian embassy matter, the old slide. Then this is the new situation which I explained. Then the sale of vehicles. So this was the previous slide, and we have these are the things that we discussed previously. How we should what are the priorities with regard to the payments. On the basis of that one, we have decided to from the vehicle sale, we have decided to now there was an issue that the broker fees was paid separately and pay out of the cash what they have received, and people leasing the lease was settled out of the cash he has received. So therefore, it doesn't come to the accounts of FCCISL. So at the meeting we discussed and decided that to have a journal entry for these two entries and to account it for the FCCL, then the total income will reflect. Then after that, all the expenses also will reflect. Then we decided to pay SG's salary, pending salary, areas of EPF, ETF to pay full. And I told Jeevani, hereafter when we are paying the salaries, make sure that the EPF, ETF checks also drawn at the same time. So then there is nothing pending in that area. If not, what happens is we try to settle with something. Then after that, again, if that is going to build up, so then there is no sustainability over there. So because of that, I suggested somehow we have to make sure that every end of the month we pay salaries as well as EPF, ETF. Then the valuation fee, which is pending. Then, sorry, company registrars outstanding. Still there is little more to pay. We have settled 60,000 out of that one. Then valuation fee, Tirukkovil, there was an old payment, 19,000 that we settled. Then valuation fee gold, that also settled. Then CBC corporate, the audit fees and the accounting fees, I suggested that we should discuss with them, renegotiate the whole thing and pay off the entire thing with a lump sum and finish off all the dues. Because what happens is now accounting dues coming for years, so many years, is also not bad for, not good for the board as well as for any operation area as well. So therefore, Ajit has to negotiate a meeting with these people. So then we will have a discussion and come to the next board meeting and get the approval to pay a lump sum figure. And somehow we try to negotiate the best rates there. Then the commercial bank loan outstanding also, there is a payment. So I want that also to hold it and, start a negotiation. So I'm sure that I can negotiate with the commercial bank, even with the CEO. And, we'll try to reduce that and we'll settle that also as a full payment. So then only we can get the advance. I mean, if we settle and are going to ask for a refund for the interest paid, so that will not work. So therefore, so these two pending, all other things are sorted. Then this again, this Industry 4.0, we are the Minister of Industry is requested for us to do another project. And they have already given 19 people, 19 companies. And we also try to get few more companies. And, we are going to have a meeting on the 4th with this Western Sydney University, Professor Rama and Premanath. And, we'll decide the date. Probably that will be in the first week of March. So there we will conduct the other session. If you all also have any companies, interest in this area, please let me know. So then I can include them also and send the mails from the inception. Then they are also aware about the total event. Then these are some of the things which we have discussed. I think, now it is becoming not much of a use. The current situations are really different than what is here. But of course, if there is anything that to export promotion, still we can continue this one. I will talk to the ambassador and see about this one. So the other things, of course, I think, now it's not the time. Then with regard to IEPSL matter, so they are on the process of, going ahead with this project. So they have already contacted some of our people and, they will take batch by batch and give the support to them. Make sure that, from our end also, when we are contacting these people, just ask if there's anything that we can do, we can give a feedback to the IEPSL people. Then this countermeasures first phase was over and the second phase was already started. What happens is we should have a meeting. This we discussed last time also. We should have a meeting with the chambers along the Maoya and Kalani River. So they are, of course, if we take the people, especially the chambers in that area and give a briefing, I can invite some people from IUC and Ajit can, I can give you the links and all that, but you can coordinate the meeting. So then we can explain about this project and we will get some project benefits also can work towards them, like, recycling opportunities, various plastic collection possibilities, those kinds of things also we will discuss. So then there will be some interest, some of the people, and of course, UNEP has mentioned if there are serious partners to this project in some manner, and if they need any assistance, they can go to the extent of finding some resources, finding some funding and things like that, and get back to them. So that's also something good, and from the chamber we can announce that also. So that's all from us, and and thank you for my committee members also. Actually, Darshaka was very helpful in accounts and with regard to the Norwegian matter, both. And Darshak also participated in all the meetings. Thank you.
Thank you, Kirti. I think Saranga is there. Saranga, can you brief on? They have fixed the
Then,
AGM for the 24th. So you said you will be having some plans for publicity.
Yes. Hi. Thank you, President. Yes, I think our main focus will be AGM and communication work related to AGM in the month of February. I believe I think I told at the last meeting also, we need to get more publicity this year than the last AGM. Normally, when it comes to AGM, we mainly focus on communicating the committee appointed and the position change and things like that. But in addition to that, anyway, there won't be any major changes in this particular AGM. I think getting publicity for the operations review or the report with all the work that we have done, and also communicate that we basically had a good year with most of the work we have done, and also the successful completion of Slotty, etc. And various the webinars and related things that we have organized. I think we have a lot to say. So getting kind of an year review report kind of a thing, we need to get some visibility in media, which we will focus on getting the maximum exposure, especially newspapers, and also in business websites. So that will be the main focus. Although this will be mainly focus on newspapers and websites, because our AGM normally we don't invite media to cover. So I don't think that we will get anything in TV unless that we target closer to AGM. I think we can get target for about a couple of interviews, probably for the president and also for someone like SVP or SG to accompany you and go and like basically present the things that we have done in the last 1 year or more than 1 year. I think so that's will be the main focus. So getting publicity will be focused on newspapers and websites, and for TV targeting on getting a couple of interviews in business programs. So that's basically about the AGM. And in addition to that, once the AGM is finished, I think getting a general publicity is okay. But this year, I believe there's much more beyond that is required. That is one. And last time also when I spoke, I said as the communication and the PR committee that we can handle the communication and PR work of any project handled by any new webinar or anything handled by the Federation. But I don't think that we have anything was referred to us, but if there is anything that we can do. But let me propose, and would like to get ideas of others as well. I believe as Federation, there is one now after GSP Plus. I think we have not done any new webinar or anything related. I know Kirti is now basically with the Russian ambassador, and also for Industry 4.0. There may be something coming up. But in addition to that, I think the most important and the most burning issue for the business community as at now is the foreign exchange crisis, and especially the inability of establishing LCs is the most burning issue in the business community right now. Representing the pharmaceutical industry. I know even pharmaceutical companies and even government entities such as State Pharmaceutical Corporation or State Pharmaceutical Manufacturing Corporation is also taking a lot of time to open LCs right now. So even medicine for medicine it's a crisis. But when it comes to this issue, I think the real issue is not known by many of the business community in Sri Lanka, and also how long it will last is also unknown, and also nobody is aware or having a major idea of how to come out of it, because this has been affected business very badly, and also on the cost of goods, because we used to send money in various other methods. So this is a real crisis. So as federation, I would like to propose to do. I know we can't be too political about it, but I still propose to have some sort of a webinar which we can take the leadership of doing with the support of others to discuss about what is this real issue and how long it will last and how to come out of it may get attention of many business community leaders. So I believe doing something is valuable and timely, and also we can take the leadership and give the involved with the process of doing it as well. So I would like to get a little comment feedback from that as well, so we can immediately start working on it.
Okay, Ajit, you
Sir,
talk about.
Saranga.
Yeah.
Hear me? One thing. Now we have to have a once in 2 weeks a meeting with our Facebook guys, and
Okay.
then of course we can expedite them. Actually, they can then come out with the whatever the share or number of rates, likes, and sort of things. Or can you please have it, and then we can definitely, because the CEO has to be increased immediately. We expect we are targeting for a sizable amount, even though we are way behind when we compare with others. I'm sure if we can talk to these Facebook people at least once in 2 weeks, if you can have a meeting, then we can basically discuss with this in terms of numbers. I think I would appreciate if you can do it. That's one. And about the foreign currency crisis, I think FCCISL also joined hand with Ceylon Chamber, National Chamber, CNCI. I think, I don't know, I can't remember. I think ICC was also there. And we had a signed document we sent to the government about this matter. But I think from my point of view, I listened to so many webinars organized by these various experts, but nobody has a quick solution. Even government says this, and even these. So I think when we do it, we'll do it from a different angle. Maybe you can come out with some new inputs to that, so that it won't be the same thing. Otherwise, we are repeating the same webinar.
Yeah, seriously, and I do agree with it. That's why I said it has to be solution based, not criticizing the government or anything. I think the best way is if we can secure maybe a couple of foreign speakers in this to give us some insights will be valuable, because this is critical now. And as you said, there are some forums even I attended, and those are forums analyzing the issue. So we actually do not need to listen to analyzing the issue, because the business community feel it more than anyone else. So we actually wanted to know how long it will last and whether there is a way out of this. So the best is if we can secure few foreign speakers to give some insights. Maybe from India, maybe from there are some similar speakers that we invited and got down for some of our forums from Singapore. And maybe somebody who's related to a central bank in any other country on financial expert, or I think that's the best way of doing it. A solution base. Even in the communication, it is required to pitch as not to discuss about the crisis, but how to come out it, or the solution basically. So that's what I feel. About the FB, yes, I think I can arrange a meeting. I think the most important thing when it comes to FB and with that company is the information feeding to them. So I know in the month of, it will take a month of December, they have posted many proactive things and about our program, some of the general articles, etc. But in the month of January, again, it was very low. But since we do programs and all, for example, we do various training programs and in Ratnapura, in various part of Sri Lanka, it is very important that somebody at Federation feed those information to them, where they will post it in an appropriate manner. But I do agree having a kind of a meeting once in 2 weeks might help to expedite this process. So what I'll do is early next week, since only working day in this week is tomorrow, early next week, I will arrange the first meeting of that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can I make a comment?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, actually, I also want to suggest this one, what Saranga suggested, because it's very appropriate topic. As you rightly said, many people discussing the problem, but no solution. But actual situation is solutions also very difficult. Now I myself is faced with this problem now. Earlier I never had issues, because since I work with almost all the banks, and somehow the LCs were established, and of course we are in a bit of advantage situation there. We supply to the banks, so we always say, so if that is the case, if you don't let us open the LCs, that you will not have your supplies also on time. So therefore there was a additional leverage on our one to support us. But now the current situation is, I just checked up with Sampath Bank. Actually, I didn't talk to the AGM, DGM level, I know very well. So up to October, they are right now booked, they are all incoming USD. And of course, the government is requesting more and more US dollars for various things, charcoal to fuel to various things, they are requesting. So therefore, all the banks also compelled to give, either if they don't like, even they are compelled to give. So that's the situation. But one thing, Sarang suggested, bringing foreign people also will not be a very good thing here, because these are really a local situation. And the problem with mainly with the government, because what happens is now if they open up the currency, then the supply demand will come to a stabilized situation, and people will start sending money which they are blocking right now in other countries. That is also not happening, because some part within the government itself has advised the president to do that. When he's trying to do that, some people, another school of thought is, they think, if this happens, the price will go up too much, then the next budget will be on a huge deficit and things like that. He is scaring him. Of course, now that is the current situation. If we take local people, even they do not have any solution other than the government. The government also has divided into 2-3 splits, and they do different things. So these are very. But anyway, to get people into a forum. I think this topic is good. We can have it. But of course, having foreign speakers, they will talk, how to, maintain a good balance for the country and things like that, which is right. We have already damaged that situation and gone to another area, and we are trying to find a solution. That's just a thought to for this matter. And of course, now wherever possible, for good clients, so the banks, of course, they try to help in some form because, they have been there with them for a long time. Now, for me, as a solution, what they have suggested was then make it get 200 days credit, number one. If you can't get it, so then you will you have to get we will try to send a few TTs. Like if the dollar value will say, for an example, 30,000 USD, then they will send about 3 TTs. So those are the things that they are suggesting, very temporary ones. Hello. Yeah.
Any comment from anyone else on this matter?
Well, I also have a comment. I think it's a very good suggestion by both SVP and Sarangas. I think it's a need of the hour. In fact, we as the food processors are also severely affected with this dollar crisis. So it's a very important point I think we have discussed. And if you can have a joint session, a webinar, like the SVP very rightly said, of course, I also can't find any reason why we should get. It's good to give solutions by the foreign consultants or foreign speakers, but the thing is the government should implement whatever it is. I don't think the government will take any advice from anybody to resolve those issues. So it's just that we have to lobby strongly for and then bring government to a table where at least some sectors, because now say the food sector is such an important sector, even they agree now because we are involved in both agri sector as well as processing. So both sectors are really been affected. So if you can get together with all those concerned parties and have a webinar, it will be really good. So I think I can personally get involved myself and help if Sarang is going to take the leadership on this, and I can also help him on that. That's number one. And number two is, I think he also, Saranga mentioned about the amount of work we have done as a chamber. And I think one thing is, sadly, whatever we have done is not gone to our membership. So what I suggest is to activate our newsletter, which is the direct link with our membership, and then send this information to the membership as well, with all the programs, the projects, whatever we have done. So please look into that, Sarang. If you can activate the newsletter, that's one way of that we can communicate with our members. Then one more important point is, I think, SG, is it possible for you to share with the directors the signed document that you sent, the joint document that you sent to the government or the chambers? If you can kind of share with that will be also very helpful for us as well.
Yes, okay, I will get it from Ceylon chamber. I could remember we also, I think Shirley took part there. Am I right, Shirley? Yeah. And but one that I have to tell is about getting the foreign participants. I think there is a point in getting the foreign participants because the Bangladesh, about 12 years ago, 15 years ago, they had a severe issue. Now they have 46 billion in their reserves. So how they basically manage their economies that time. And also the Asian Development Bank regional head came and they had the forum where the Dr. P.B. Jayasundara delivered, I think, his last speech. And then the same meeting, he invited myself and also Ceylon Chamber Secretary General and also National Chamber and the Chamber Exporters all to another meeting. And he asked about the problem, we explained. But I asked him how you all could help Sri Lanka solve the matter. And they also have a plan how they could help Sri Lanka restructure about 17 billion US dollars that Sri Lanka had borrowed from the international sovereign bond market. So they also had explained, I think that's all makes sense. I think that's also at least get maybe somebody like maybe Dhammika Pereira, maybe, you know, he can add something. I think, you know, like person like also and get his views also. This is what I'm thinking, not to confine to a academic forum, but to have the businessmen inside as well. All for this thing, and I will go through my emails and see about this matter, about what the Tusita said. Thank you.
Shirley, I like to add on few things. In my opinion, the best at the moment, I don't think even if you bring in any international, the government is going to listen to them, and it's no use be talking about how the country can. I mean, in example, everybody knows how Bangladesh came out, how India came out. There are many things which spoken of. My thinking is if Federation can talk to the bank chairmen and CEOs, whether we could have a forum with them because they know in and out the solutions, what can be done at their level, because that's what matters at the moment, not what the government is going to do for us, because that is a long shot. So in my opinion, talk to the bank managers, because we did a similar thing with oil and we sorted out the problems we had and we got a very clear idea what goes on. So maybe they might not want to speak in public, but we can ask 2 or 3 banks to come in for a forum.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Actually, now the current problem is, you know, like, I mean, it's you know, the banks were forced to do things what the government is telling, you know, now. I mean, they also don't have much of an option.
No,
But
they
the
don't
only
have
thing
any
is,
say.
you know, as a chamber, I think if we get some points from them and put a pressure to the government, that will be a better thing than, like, I mean, even going to IMF and try to solve this issue rather than, you know, delaying the thing on political, you know, getting, I mean, if they are not getting any good anything right now, because it's going to be worse when they pass time like this. But of course, you know, they don't realize that.
I think President very productive discussion about it, and since we all agree that for the topic of doing something on this foreign exchange crisis, the format we can decide. So there are a lot of thoughts about it, getting foreign speakers, not getting them, banking sector, or people like Dhammika Pereira also. So we can decide on the format which suits our team, and also to get the highest visibility, and also give some productive results or some results to the business community, because if we do it, we will get a lot of media attention as well. So as the federation, we have to anyway work as a pressure group to the government. So we will decide in terms of visibility, and also to put some pressure on the government, and also to find some sort of a solution. We'll find what is the best format and what sort of speakers or resource personnel that we should get in. But in principle, since everybody agreed, so we'll go ahead with the theme, but we'll have a joint meeting with others who have given comments as well to decide on the format of it.
Yeah, that's the best way to do. Yeah.
But
Shall you had
adding into that, adding into what Rohit said, but and also Keith said, I also feel being having a bank at home as well. I know banks have no say right now. Yesterday, I think my wife also said that they were clearly instructed not even to open a student file or send any money for education. So they were instructed not even to open a student file. So now earlier they were sending money for education purposes. Now that is also not happening. So this is becoming a real crisis. So as federation, I think we better do something, but we'll get to all parties involved and try to find some solution.
Saranga,
Yes, I'm here.
Saranga, all what I have to say is just a few things. Bankers will not come out with a solution. They have been strictly advised by central bank, don't ask for money, don't ask for dollars, you have to manage within your system. So I do not know what solution they can give. But of course, the one from the diaspora who can represent that, who can bring money here. That's how you can go through the Georgian experience. You can go through the Bangladesh experience. Those also should be coming, but otherwise nobody has any. I mean, even the finance minister has said there is no quick solution, right? So we need not have any. Another forum to arrive at a decision. There is no quick solution, or whether we don't know when we can come out of the solution. I mean, when we can come out of the problem. So you can when you are doing, I think it's up to the PR to come out with a proper format, but bring people who can give the solution. Only, I mean, not only the theoretical aspects. Thank you.
Okay.
President, you are moved.
You have to unmute and speak, Shirley.
Right. Very good. It's a very current issue, burning issue. Even I am facing this. Everybody, I think, who are into imports. Now I'm planning to send 2 children out there. So everybody's into this. It's a terrible situation. So it's current thing. So Saranga, you from the PR head. So you better take it up. Take everybody, like now Rohit, Kirti, all came out with good suggestions. So take everybody's ideas, you come up with a format, discuss with everybody, do it. It is going to help you. So I would like you to go ahead in this. And
I will set up a Zoom meeting to plan it and let everyone in the board knows about it as well.
Yeah, that's excellent. Thank you so much. And Ruan Disivai is here with me. So I want you to, you're going to set up that office in China. No? So actually I want you to give a, what is happening now, give a brief on that to the board of leaders. You want this?
Now, applications and all document to the China, European Chamber of Commerce, and their process of evaluating that. And also, I made a payment deposit for non-refund deposit. So that's also done, and they have received it. I got that confirmation that they got that, and now they are in the. They started their new year 1st February. So then after February, 3 weeks only, they will start work. So then I will give you an update as to what's happening, and then when we are able to start, launch the office. So if there is any during that time, we start the operation. Next thing I will share with you whatever the information I received from the our party. Sorry. Hello.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Right. So I will let you know. I will have with all the details any updates from China.
Is there a particular time period that they are going to launch this? Like open
normally this? Now the government approval.
government.
Yeah. So then, because once we get the approval only, with they have to stop operations. So then, because this government, they are going to funds, they are going to release the funds to the FCCISL. But I can remember, it's like annual fee they are giving us for us to do some delegations and promote our things. So that is the FCCISL. Normally those days they do the embassy. Once we establish this, they are they are not no more to go through the embassies. So then FCCISL also have some authority and direct. Normally when we have some exhibitions, so conferences that we have to go through the embassy. Now, once they approve, then we have the authority to do on its own way, because FCCISL will recognize them as a government entity in Sri Lanka to do business promotion.
So even exhibitions, if we could, they will be able to give us to all.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, thank you, everyone. We are looking forward for all the good things that you are planning to do.
And also, sorry, now I am in the process of discussing now. India also, we are organizing some Indian food tree events in time to come. We are in the process of negotiating, not as a chamber. I am going to bring the chamber into that positions and that level also. But still, once I will let you know. There's a other one happening. It's called Spectrum Sri Lanka. Digital inclusive digital strategy for Sri Lanka. That has been organized by ICTA and the government of Sri Lanka and some Sri Lankan leading enterprises. So I am in the process of negotiating, because FCCISL also being as an official partner. So fee, it's a huge event. There already, I think, maybe 20 speakers have been selected from Sri Lanka, and it will be a continuing process. I'm trying my best to to make the CCISL as an official partner for that event.
You hosted here in Sri Lanka, or is it?
No, it's virtual, organized by India. So India, it's Spectrum Sri Lanka. No, it's called Spectrum Sri Lanka, and the digital transformation initiative.
Okay.
And there are 3-4 now in the process of negotiating to hold in Sri Lanka.
Thank you, everyone. We are looking forward for all these things. Good thing that's going to happen through this project. Thank you very much. The next is AGM. We have a date for the AGM, 24th of February, and I think today draft accounts and the agenda was sent. And is anything to be discussed about it? No. So it will be. I mean, Gopalan will be the main person who will be conducting this AGM, I suppose. So I think, and it will be done to the Constitution, be strictly adhere to the Constitution. What do you say, Kirti? Is it?
Yeah. Generally, a secretary should be there for the AGM. And he is the one who guide us through the process if there is anything wrong or whatever. But we will have an agenda. We will check that with him. So if the agenda is okay, there is no major issue. So let Mr. Gopalan comment. He's there.
Yes, Gopalan, you are there.
Yes.
Is everything in order
Yes,
now?
yeah.
Now we have dispatched the agenda today.
Yes. It's
Everything
okay.
is in order.
Tusit,
Yeah.
of course, inquired something. Is it proper for the SG to communicate, or whether the secretary should communicate? What
No,
is
that's
that?
there in the article. Now, at that time, I replied to him.
Yeah.
According to the article, the SC should call for all the meetings of the executive council. So this is one type of an AGM also executive council meeting. No?
Yes.
He has to call for the meeting.
Okay, fine.
That is there in
He
our
has
article.
to.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Any other regarding Samantha's case, Ajit?
Next meeting will be on 27th of May. And Katie, I think couple of time I requested to get details about the Samantha's appointment as a Secretary General at ICC, because it's an important document for the court case
No, of course,
required by our.
they do not like to give that, and of course I can't press them to give, which is not very good also. Because the thing is, like, I mean, they say organization to organization when they go, and if we present somewhere, so that's not possible, Ajit. No, and of course, even it's not ethical for me to ask that also. No, it's a personal file document, which we are going to submit to another organization is not right. No, not ethical.
No, thing is he's maintaining at the courts because FCCISL unreasonably sacked him or made him to go.
No. That
Could
for
not
that.
sign up. No, Mehemai, the case is this is what the lawyers want. No, if you say no, you can't give it. I inform them. That's it.
No, of course, no. I was the president during the time that he was recruited. I can say, we were not happy about his performance. That's the reason that we didn't continue him. We never sacked him.
He was discontinued from work.
No, actually, we took him on part-time basis because at the time that we were working for a minister at Trinco or Vaticlo or somewhere. So then I said, okay, if you want to have this position, it's a full-time one, then you should have full-time. He said, no, I will do even full-time work, or even from home, I will do more work and say that the job is done. I said, okay, fine, if you say so. But only thing is, he could not fulfill what he said. So therefore, we didn't continue with him. That's all. And of course, we didn't sack him or anything like that. Of course, that letter I might have in my computer also. That we clearly said, but of course, again, that letter we can't send it to, like, it's not proper, no. Of course, if you want, I can give an evidence. We never sacked him. I was the chairman during that time. I am the one who recruited him. I am the one discontinued his services. So that's good enough. If you want, I can, as the past chairman of. Actually, Dinesh also said, Kirti, I can't reply. Then, you are the past chairman of immediate past chairman during that time. I said, okay, I'm sorry.
I think what the lawyer is a letter, but if there is an alternative way of telling what happened or whatever, that's also enough. All what I to say is, May 27th, some kind of letter or some communication, or whether if you cannot do it, I have to.
Kirti, may I speak a bit?
Yeah.
Kirti, there is one thing what we can do. If it is for evidently thing, we could officially write to address to you as the then chairman and request a confirmation to be tabled. Then, and you can say, give me a date or time for coming and giving evidence. That's all.
Yeah, that is a possibility. Or otherwise, if you write to me officially to me as the past chairman of ICC, then I can say that yes, I'm the one who recruited Samantha. I'm the one, stop him from there also. Because simply the reason was that we didn't sack him. So we have given him 6 months period. A period we have given we said, you know, during that time we will study the performance. If you're okay, we will recruit you full time. If not, we will not take. So on that basis, you know, we have not taken it.
Maybe I will forward the letter. I had sent it to you sometime back. I will forward another letter. So you
No, you wanted the letter from ICC. I asked whether they can give, but of course, you know, they were reluctant, and you know, then I said, I also realized it's not something that we should. Of course, you know, he was not sacked from there. I can tell you that.
No, they don't want to see what under what terms and conditions he was recruited. But under terms and conditions, they want to know, because he maintains he could not find a job.
No, that of course, you know, he found a job there, no.
That's the thing, but our lawyers want terms and conditions. He had said he managed to find some consultants, not an employee. These are two things.
But of course, you know, now even there, he was not a full-time man because he was working during that time for a minister as the coordinating secretary.
So was he a consultant or was it a fixed-term contract?
We gave him the position of acting Secretary General.
Anyway, it's up to the ICC to define it. I think better we find the lawyers.
You send me what exactly lawyer wants, or
yeah, okay.
Get the lawyer
Sure.
to write to you and you know send that to me.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, thanks, Kirti. And under any other, is there anything to be taken in this? We discussed almost everything. No?
We didn't discuss any accounts today because I sent early, and you know, I think everything is clear. If there is anything, you know, probably I can explain. And of course, 2 projects and the accounts was sent to you.
On the account.
On the projects that you are, I mean, can you mention about the strategy you said about SOI?
Today.
Also the webinar we are having, not webinar, the Saja conference.
Madam President, today Ajit is not making his operational review presentation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Madam. Hello.
That we missed, you know, it has someone. Can you all see this?
Sorry. We can't hear Ajit, no?
So can you see my slide?
Yeah, can.
Okay. The World Food Program is the first slide. It's in January, is basically, of course, already it's gone, but we had some few milestones we managed to reach. One is the workshop series we managed to the design and complete, and we were in 28, 29, 30, 31st. World Food was doing the programs in Ratnapura, Galle, and Hambantota. And so that basically, but the participation is not as great as the pre-pandemic area, or say when the pandemic was at a low, and some people could not turn up because they had said they are the people, you know, maybe sometime husband saying the wife after registering not to go but to come on Zoom. But or with subject to all these things, I think World Food is happy that, you know, with the numbers coming up, and we had done the programs, and then Sun Business Network Sri Lanka Communication Material and Guidelines had also been finalized by World Food. And then the Vanija.lk, we are going to push it within these 3 months. I told Sarang also, with the help of Vishmita. I think he's rather inactive, but even World Food, we had a meeting, couple of meetings with him. I think Saranga can push him further. We had to finish it off before 31st March. Bring all the registered SMEs on Vanija.lk, and then finalization of the SBN strategy that has almost done, but World Food is looking for funds, and they are writing to their funding agencies and donors, so on and so forth. And Hemas Holding is doing another project, but it is coming under the overall context of World Food, but it does not been covered under our funding system. That is to teach them about the good eating habits to their employees. That's the first stage. And but we are not involving it physically or financially, but it comes under within the context of World Food. Then for February, we will be definitely doing very fast on the Vanija.lk. We have to fast track that. And then workshops, we are trying to do 11 and 12, but with the COVID situation, we are thinking that, you know, whether to go on Zoom or whether to go on a physical platform. Most probably we will have one in Polonnaruwa that was abandoned during the second wave of the pandemic, and also to have one in Nigambu, covering the Nigambu base. There are so many restaurants and guest houses, especially SME tourism, to promote the SME tourism. And another one we have not decided to do, where to do. It all depends on the activation level of the regional chambers as well. And just to get the idea, I mean, just to give you the brief, when we had the summary or the review of all this program, they have rated the support given by regional chambers, and they rate Matale chamber is the best support that has been given to the World Food. They have the ranking. Actually, the issue is when you are ranking at a very low level, when they get the funds for the future, you know, they will go according to the ranking. According to that, the Matale has been rated very high. Okay, and then the steering committee meetings, we have decided to have it on 18th of February. And also there is an annual gathering that's been conducted by World Food, where the World Food country director 2 speaks. So that's also we have planned for 25th, and both will go on Zoom meetings, because now since the last 2 weeks back, entire UN system went back to work from home. So the World Food also will follow. And then, come to the S4IG, now the activation level is rather high. We have done many activities in January, and they wanted the collect sample models from the chambers for the consultants to work, and that has been completed. And we are happy to say that well-reputed 15 universities, both including government and private sector, have joined the program as the course providers. And the 4th National Steering Committee will be held on tomorrow. We have made all arrangements. And then second TOT program, we wanted to do it from 9th to 11th, but now that area has an issue with the COVID situations has come up at Vattala area. We wanted to go to the Pegasus Reef, but now the hotel has also advised to just wait and see. So we have temporarily postponed it for 2 weeks. And then other matters we are also coming under the scheme. We had the third NSC meeting on 20th January. As a result of that, we decided to have the second TOT and also refresher training for the foundational hospitality skills program. That too, we are trying to do 2 programs, and also the strategic business plan and the licensing pathway to FCCISL, that the consultant will do a detailed presentation to the steering committee on tomorrow. So these are the things we have done and what we are going to do. And about ISG, tomorrow on 9th, we have a meeting after conducting 6 sessions. Now, this time the participant companies, they come and tell us what they are going to do at their workplaces, having listened to 6 programs. So this time it is not from IFC to participants. This time it will be from participants to IFC. So those are the 3 projects. This is the progress as of today.
Okay, thank you. Ajit, I'm sorry, I should have done it.
Ajit, one other thing I like to raise you is, now looking at the accounts, we still have now December accounts, we have 356,261 negative. So what are the plans to, always, 300 to 400,000, we are behind per month, and, this will accumulate when we have event, and if we make some money, that will go to recover that, that situation. How do you propose to get out of that situation?
Yes, one thing is now we are using our strengths basically to sell when even though it is a one-off event, that gives us a good evaluation what we can do. We are this time staging the Sharjah Airport event, the free zone event. We have asked for 250,000. Even if they don't give 250,000, they will give at least something close to that, even though, but they said they will definitely pay for our efforts. So that's also something we can do, having some international forums in Sri Lanka, because Sri Lanka has been rated as one of the best tourist destination by world famous travel agents and the magazines. So that also we are discussing internally how we could get more events. There are some contacts we have made. That is one. And number 2 is certificate of origin. Also, we are pushing, and I had a meeting today also. And with the help of Facebook, and also we are reaching some certain contacts. So we are trying to increase that. And also you can see that last 3 months we managed to earn 100,000 to 200,000 from the Institute for Professional Development. We have asked them to come out with a proper proposal to formalize it, and so that we can have a long-term relationship with them. When they came some time back, I said, you do it and show, and then that we can basically consider entering into agreement. But of course, they had signed some agreement during the Batus or the Sarat's time, because I explained in the strategy meeting also, in India, art and cinema is a big industry and big contributor to the GDP. In China, culture is a big contributor to the GDP. But in Sri Lanka, like those things have not managed to draw any attention. So we wanted to develop these new industries: art, the cinema, music, and also the modeling. This is a very good subject the good industry in Europe, but we have not touched it. We are way behind. So we had that idea way back in 2015-16. But I think one good thing is this Institutes of Professional Development. They have some big plans to work with us. And I think it's an education side that we have to improve. And we are working on it. I hope that 300,000 to 400,000 gap that has been in existence since 2021 actually, that we can basically bridge the gap, and we are working on new projects like this. Also, since the airports are open and the indication is they are not going to close the airport, we are also aggressively marketing on the business travel as well. And I had a chat with a couple of embassies in Sri Lanka operating, whether we can have a special counter for us to lodge some business visas, and where we can earn something. Now, say for instance, the Indian High Commission
Cannot hear you. Ajit, we cannot hear you.
we are thinking of.
Okay. Everybody's there, no? I can't. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the briefing. Any comments on that? Hello. Okay then. Shall I wind up? So thank you very much for everyone for coming in. So, so we will close the meeting today. Good evening.
Okay,
everyone.
thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You are Nidya.